excited to introduce Victor Duran, who is DOR's Chief Deputy Director, and he's joined us today to kick things off.
Thank you, Trish. And in my time here at the Department of Rehabilitation, I've had the opportunity to work on both sides of our programs, which is the employment side, helping people with disabilities find employment, and the community living side, so helping people with disabilities live as independently as possible in their communities of choice. And in both sides of that equation, Social Security benefits are so critical. They are the lifeline that maximizes people's ability to be independent and live independently in the community to the greatest extent possible. And they are also that bridge, but oftentimes that challenging maze to navigate when we're pursuing employment and trying to figure out how to pursue our career dreams. And make sure that we don't run into any issues in navigating our benefits, right? It's not intuitive. It sometimes feels like a maze to navigate. And so I am so grateful that we have partners here today to help us be better armed in how to navigate this maze. And I'm going to pass it off to one of our partners that we are so lucky to have. Grace Sampson from the Social Security Administration is with us, and she's going to walk us through how to create my Social Security account, and how to report wages online and other helpful features that can save time and allow you to get important information without having to stand in line at a Social Security office. This is also about making things more accessible, more manageable, and give you the information that you need to take control of your benefits. So with that, we're going to welcome Grace. Grace is a public affairs specialist for California's Bay Area. I'd like to thank Grace so much for being here today, and welcome, Grace.
Thank you so much for having me again, and thank you all of you for registering and showing up today to learn more about Social Security and how to really take advantage of some of the online resources that we have available. And I want to mention before we begin that the material in this presentation has been prepared by the Social Security Administration's Public Affairs Office, and it's intended for educational purposes only. Participation in the presentation does not constitute an endorsement by Social Security or its employees of the organizations and information and products not provided by SSA. So we're going to start off with a video, and hopefully you guys can see my screen and you should be able to hear it as well. This is one of our videos that are available on our YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, I do highly encourage you to do so. We're adding videos week to week, and we have a ton of helpful and informative videos. The handle is @SocialSecurity. And the one that I'm about to play is going to discuss just the best ways to access service.
Our online services make doing business with us easier than ever. It is the best way to get the service you need. We are regularly expanding our online services to give you freedom and control when conducting business with us. Today, you can apply for retirement, disability, and Medicare benefits online. Check the status of an application or appeal, print a benefit verification letter, and more. You can even start, and in many cases, complete a request for a new or replacement Social Security card online without coming into an office. You can do all of this from anywhere and from any of your devices. You can access many of our online services with a free My Social Security account. It's quick, secure, and easy. Just go to ssa.gov/myaccount to get started. While you can receive in-person service from your local Social Security office, we encourage you to go online. You can also call us if you cannot complete your business online at 1-800-772-1213. Remember too, that while you can visit our offices without an appointment, scheduling an appointment in advance is our recommendation to avoid delays. Securing today and tomorrow starts with being informed. Visit SSA.gov to find out about all the useful services we provide that are at your fingertips. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more videos about Social Security programs and services.
Just to highlight a few things here that were touched on. On this slide here, you can see the numerous amount of things that you can do online through your My SSA account. You can file for benefits. You can file for retirement, disability, Medicare. You can view your Social Security statement. Maybe you're not ready to file, but you want to see some estimates. You want to review your earnings record. Maybe you need to file a replacement Social Security card or file for a replacement Medicare card. Maybe you need a replacement 1099 or just an extra copy for tax purposes. If you want to change your address, your phone number, all of these various things that you can do from the comfort of your own home or from your phone, your tablet, your computer. This is the landing page for our website. Our website is www.ssa.gov. And our website is a valuable resource of information about all of Social Security's programs. And again, it's accessible through your computer, your tablet, and your smartphone. And the format does not change on the specific device. So it will stay formatted for whatever device you're using. We really encourage you to use our online resources to get the information you need and to navigate your benefits. If you go to our website, this is what you should see. So if you just type in Social Security into the search bar, you may not see this page. You're going to get a whole ton of results that have to do with Social Security. But our website is .gov so that you're on our website and this is what it should look like. If you scroll down from the home page and just scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will see other things here on the bottom, different titles: support, languages, services, and about. I've highlighted one of the topics under support, find an office. So if you're looking for your closest office, or maybe you're out of town but realize that you need to go into an office, you can find the closest office to you. And by clicking on that link, you'll be routed to this page that highlights looking for a local office, but it does remind you of the other online services that we have that you may be able to do without visiting that office. But if you do need to find an office, you would click on the link and enter the zip code. This will generate a result for your local office, and it includes their address and their working fax number. So it's an electronic fax number that will go directly into their work queue. So if you need to fax over proof, you need to send over some follow-up information, you can utilize that electronic fax number as well. Going back to the home page, the next feature that I want to highlight is the forms feature, also here circled in yellow. If you click on forms, this allows you access to the database of all of our forms. So let's say you're wanting to file something, or you've already filed, but you need to submit another form. Maybe you want to have tax withheld from your benefit check. Maybe you need to get the Medicare Part B form, or maybe the claim specialist that you're working with had mentioned a form and you want to look at it. You would get to this page and you can type in the search bar here, anything having to do with the form. It could be the form number or maybe part of the form title. Maybe you needed an updated medical release form. You could find that here. You could print it out. Going back to the home page again, I want to talk about the publication. Sometimes people want to read these publications and don't want to just read from a screen. And so there is a link here to all of our marketing tools and publications, all our pamphlets that have information about benefits. And if you click here on publications, you're routed to a database of all of our publications. And on here will be the most recent publication. Sometimes if you go into a field office, the publications they may have in their lobby may not always be the most current version. And so it is here on our website where you can access the most up-to-date publication for whatever topic you're looking for. Maybe you want to learn more about working while you're on benefits. Maybe you just want to get more information about Medicare or SSI. You can, again, type in the subject title into the search bar and it will pull that up for you. There is an option, some of them have an option for audio versions of the publication. All of them have an option for the PDF, which means you could open up that PDF and save it to your computer or to your phone. You could print it out. You could email it to a family member or a friend. Some of the publications also offer it in other languages, and you'll be able to know which ones are the bar on the right. You'll see the options available. Another resource I want to highlight is under the languages column, and this again is from our homepage. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see the first link is Espanol, which means you could convert this whole website into Spanish, which means you would view the website and the links, everything in Spanish if you would like that. You can also click on other languages, which is what I have circled there in yellow. Clicking on other languages allows you to see the other languages that our Social Security information is available in. You can see them all listed here, from Arabic to different Chinese dialects, Farsi, Tagalog, Portuguese, Korean. Additionally, I do want to mention that Social Security offers not only the information in the 16 different languages, but if you are in office, meaning you're visiting an office and you or whomever you're with do need a translator, we have a free translator service available. You just have to tell the agent which language you would like them to speak or contact. On the right of this page, you can see information about our free interpreter services. You know, you can also order items in Braille if they're available. Now going back to our homepage, because again, this is just about online resources and online tools. So here, this is our landing page again. Scrolling down again, not all the way to the bottom where we visited, but right above that, you will see certain little tabs or I should say tiles. One for appointment, get information about appointments. My Social Security, give you more information about the My SSA account. There's a tile about scams, helping you to identify how to report scams. And sometimes these tiles may change to whatever the hot topics are. I want to bring to your attention the bottom right, which is the frequently asked questions. This is a newer addition to our website where you can click on this tile and visit different FAQs or frequently asked questions. This helps you find answers to popular questions, helps you find information about general SSA topics and programs. So these are going to be the most asked questions that we receive. Again, questions by topic. Maybe your question has to do with Social Security numbers. Maybe it has to do with online services or program information, retirement, SSI, or disability. And so you can click on there and you'll see all of the questions come up. And right below here is the link. So let's see if I can click that. You can see frequently asked questions page. You can view all the questions. You can look at the most asked questions, or you can select it by topic and sort that way. You can see on this same part of the website, right above that frequently asked questions box, is this bar that says Social Security performance. it says here that you can click and says, see how we're doing. So I wanted to highlight that because that's also a newer enhancement. And sometimes when you're scrolling, looking for things, you may not notice that. It may not catch your eye. But for a lot of individuals, this is important information. How is Social Security doing? Maybe for agencies, you know, it's important to understand the performance and what's going on. A lot of us have questions that we get here, like how long is it going to take for my claim? You know, what's going on with the 800 number, things like that. So this security performance link shows you performance reports. It illustrates challenges. It highlights the performance data, such as timeliness and processing times. I'm just going to quickly click on that just so you can see what the landing page is once you click on performance. It talks a little bit about how we're continuing to work to provide the best customer service. And then it goes into key challenges about the 800 number, processing times for retirement, for Medicare, for survivor benefits. Scrolling further down, the disability processing time. And so you can see here, it also talks about the reconsideration, which are like appeals. How long are those taking? And if I clicked on one of them, I believe I clicked on performance at a glance, you can see average processing time of 232 days. We've completed 2.15 million disability claims so far this year. The percentage of disability appointments that are available within a month is at 83%. So that means that 83% of individuals that want to make a disability claim appointment can get their appointment within 30 days. The percentage of disability claims filed online is 63%. So if you're interested in the analytics or you just want to get more information, this too is available on our website. Now going back to the top part, which is really the landing page of our website, under Manage Benefits and Information, I've circled number and card. A lot of times you don't always need a replacement Social Security card if you can't find it, but sometimes you do. Oftentimes just knowing your number is good enough, but sometimes different businesses may want to see your actual card. And so if that's the case and you can't find it, you can apply for it online. You could scan this QR code, or you could just click under Replace Card, and it would bring you to a set of questions about replacing your card, and you could start the application online. Okay, you can request a copy and it's no cost to you. You should get it in the mail within about 7 to 10 business days. In most cases, however, depending on your situation, you may be able to complete the entire process online. If not, you'll be prompted to make an appointment, and I encourage you to do that. If you say, yes, I want to make an appointment, it will give you an option to make an appointment to complete the process at your closest office or the office of your choosing. Maybe there's an office closer to your job and you prefer that one. And this will allow them to pull in that replacement card application that you completed online, and then you can just bring the proof, meaning maybe you're updating your citizenship and so you need to provide your passport, or maybe you just needed to provide your ID because your addresses weren't matching. Whatever the case may be, you could complete that process in your local office. Now, for people that want to manage their benefits or want to learn more about benefits, maybe you're on the fence and you haven't yet filed, you're not sure if you want to continue to work or if you can still physically work, you can click under Benefits. That's at the top. It's the first column on the top toolbar. And clicking for benefits let's see here if I can show you guys. There's a drop-down bar next to benefits, and it shows you different categories that you can search by. On the left column, it says by phase. So if you want to prepare to file for benefits, apply for benefits, or manage your benefits, these are similar to this main bar right on the front page. Or you can go on the right column and get information by type. So retirement, disability, survivors, family benefits, supplemental security income, SSI, right? And then here at the bottom, there's benefits overview. So there's different information that you can find depending on what you click and what you're looking for. Sometimes you don't know what you're looking for, you just want more information. So it allows you to click on these different links to find out more information about what it is you're looking for. So let's say that I click on disability. I will get on a page about disability. So information for people on disability, information for people who want to file for disability. And there's always a ton of information with additional links embedded on that same page that could give you more information. For example, about eligibility or trying to return to work. If I clicked on supplemental security income, it provides information for people on SSI or people who are looking to get onto SSI. So it talks about first who can get SSI, right? Finding out if you're even eligible. SSI being, a needs-based program. It'll talk about income and resources. It talks about how much you can get and what affects SSI payments. Maybe you're already on benefits and you need to report a change to your income or to your resources or your living arrangement. So there is a ton of information available if you just kind of take the time to peruse the website and visit the different links within our website for whatever program you're looking for more information on. So showing you the home page again, and under that same link, the benefits link on that top toolbar, I clicked manage benefits. So manage benefits, meaning people that are already on benefits. Some of you here today may already be on benefits. So maybe you need to get a benefit letter. Maybe you want to update your direct deposit. Maybe you want to request a tax withholding. These are all things available through our website by simply clicking a link, and it would route you to what you need to complete. Additional things could be, maybe you want to know when your check is coming. Maybe you just started collecting your benefit and you can't remember when you're getting your benefit. You could check the schedule of your benefit. Again, reporting changes. Maybe you want to cancel your benefit application because you found a job. Maybe you want to have someone manage your benefits for you because you're recognizing you're not able to manage your benefits effectively for yourself. And if you were to click on reporting changes, you would get some samples of reporting responsibility. Keep in mind your reporting responsibilities need to be reported as soon as possible. And for SSI, it can't be later than 10 days, or you may, be overpaid or underpaid. But reporting responsibilities for benefits include changes to your work and income. If you start a new job, if you stop a new job. For SSI, maybe your home life, where you're living, who you're living with. If you leave the United States for more than 30 days. Information about changes to your family dynamic that could be important for reporting it to SSI. Obviously, if you change your name, if you change your address, your phone number, if you change your citizenship status. If you're on disability and you start getting workers' compensation or state disability, all of these things here are listed on our website in case you don't remember what they are. If there's improvement to your condition, these are things that you want to report. One of the biggest topics is reporting your wages. So wages, it's important for us to report them every month. And there's various ways that you can do it. You can sign into your My SSA account to report your wages. You can also report wages each month by using our app or our phone service. You can even sign up to get reminders. And this is something new that I learned. So you can click here where it's on the bottom of under sign up for reporting reminders, and you'll get an email or a text message every month that reminds you to report your wages. Now, using your My SSA account allows you to report your wages online. So through your laptop or your mobile device, computer, if you have one of those desktop computers, you can, you or your payee, can report your wages if you receive SSDI, which is Social Security Disability, if you receive SSI, Supplemental Security Income, or for those of you that receive both. If you are a spouse or a parent who lives with a person who receives SSI. After reporting your monthly wages online, your representative or yourself can print or save that copy of your receipt. So now you have proof that you did submit it timely. We're going to watch a quick video about reporting, wage reporting online.
You can save time and avoid processing delays by reporting wages online with a personal My Social Security account, or using our telephone wage reporting system or mobile wage reporting application. Timely reporting of wages can help prevent you from being overpaid. Who can report wages? Anyone working and receiving Social Security Disability Benefits, SSDI, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or both. Or the spouse or parent who is working and living with a person receiving SSI, representative payee for one or multiple individuals. Institutional and organizational representative payees cannot report wages online. What are the requirements to report wages? Changes in work activity must be reported promptly. SSI recipients should report wages by the 6th day of each month. SSI recipients can only report wages for the prior month. SSDI beneficiaries are not required to report wages by the 6th day of the month, but should report promptly. SSDI beneficiaries can report wages at any time during the month for the current month and up to 24 prior months. Only SSI recipients can use telephone or mobile wage reporting. To see how to report wages online, watch our video at youtube.com/Social Security. To get started, log in or create a My Social Security account at ssa.gov/myaccount, or download our mobile wage reporting app, or speak with a representative for information about the SSI telephone wage report system.
Great. Thinking that might, help reiterate some of the things I mentioned so you could see the video, and also give you another example of one of the videos available on our YouTube channel. There's actually a few about wage reporting. So for your My Social Security account, if you are having a hard time, you can visit an office. You're going to have to make an appointment, but they can help with the registration process. You do need to bring an ID. Okay, it has to be a current form of ID. If you have a block on your credit report, or you can't get the screen, maybe you've had a recent change in your address or your name, those might be reasons that you're unable to complete the process at home. So you can assist someone in making a My SSA account. So if your husband, your spouse, your child, your parent, your friend needs your help, you can help them. If you're with them, they need to have their own email address, and they have to answer all the questions themselves. You cannot create a My SSA account on the behalf of another person. Even if you know the answers, they have to be the one to create it, even if you have their permission. Now, there's several ways that you can open or sign into your My SSA account. First, you're going to visit our website, and you're going to select sign in or create an account if you don't already have one. For those of you that already have an account prior to September of 2021, you would have a past username and password, and you would enter that. For those of you just starting for the first time, you have the option to create an account through login.gov or ID Me. Okay, so this is the screen that you would see. It tells you right away you only need one login.gov account or an ID Me account. So you would create one, whichever one you prefer. If you have made one because you used another federal agency's website, for example, maybe you did your taxes online, you may already have one of these. If you have VA benefits, again, you may already have one of these. You could use that same account to access a MySSA account. Or if you're someone that created your account, again, before September of 2021, you will be able to sign in with your username. So creating an account with login.gov, this is what you would see on the screen if you clicked create an account with login.gov. Going to ask you for your email address and a password. If you haven't yet made one, you would click create an account, and it'll prompt you with certain questions to get your account started. Very similar to ID Me. If you've already made one, you could put in your email address and your password and sign in through ID.me. If you forgot your password, it can prompt you to help recover that. Or if you haven't made one, you would click on create an ID Me account. Either option that you pick, it is going to give you an alert saying you are leaving Social Security's website. And this is correct, you will, because you have to create the account through login.me or ID Me. So you're going to hit OK. Go ahead and read the privacy policies and the terms of service. You want to check those out first before you hit OK. Here is a sample of what the terms of service looks like. You know, it's just reminding you that you are using your My Social Security account with the account you created for yourself. You're using your own information, your own identity, that you're not using an account created by another person or with another person's information. So go through these terms, and once you read them all and you agree, you're going to click on the box that says, I agree to the terms of service. You click on the little radio box next to that statement, it'll propagate a check mark, and then you will say next. And then it'll go through the series of questions. So from our website, this is our landing page again. You would click on the top right to sign into your account. And then you would put in your credential information, whichever way you created your account. Now I wanted to show you guys different screens that you would see inside your MySSA account for those of you that don't have any. And based on the polls, it seems like there is a large number of you that do not yet have your MySSA account. So you would get a screen that looks like this. Now, this is not Cynthia Jackson's page. It is a sample page, so I don't want you to think that we're looking at someone else's account. You'll see on the very top bar, it says My Social Security. And then the toolbar underneath, there's Home, Messages, My Profile, and Other Services. So you can modify your preferences of communication and how you're notified of things. So you can ask that we just start mailing paper copies of your notices, or we could stop mailing you paper copies and you could view them through your MySSA account. Maybe you're having, more trouble with your vision, or you have a vision impairment, you can choose a special notice option that will give you standard print notices by certified mail. You can have larger print. There's various options, but you can update that through your MySSA account. Maybe you want to be notified of a new message by text or email so that you know you have a new message waiting for you from Social Security. Now logging in, you can see here, it says, welcome, Cynthia. You last signed in September 3rd, 2020. And it gives a specific timestamp. So you can know that it was you who signed in. Let's say the time or the date doesn't seem to match what you recall, then maybe someone else has access to your account. So that greeting is really a safety for you. And you can see it states here, select one of the options below. Click on My Social Security if you want to get an estimate of your future benefits. Maybe you want to view or manage your Social Security information. That would also be under My Social Security, because that's your Social Security information through your MySSA account. So let's say you're a representative payee for someone, or if you're an attorney or representative for someone. There are other options. So let's say I am a payee for my child, but I also have my own MySSA account. It's giving me the option to click Representative Payee Services, because maybe I need to update information or view benefit information on the person that I am a payee for. So then I would click the radio button next to Representative Payee Services. Okay, and then if there's any new updates or alerts, you'll see them below with a little I, it says new. So letting you know there's something new or a new enhancement. So this one just says that messages for beneficiaries that you represent are starting to be delivered to your Representative Payee Services inbox. But it's saying, please continue to check both boxes while we make this conversion. Okay, so these are the different buttons you can click to access whatever you're trying to get to, right? What is the purpose? Is it for yourself or someone you're a payee for? Or again, someone you're representing. Maybe you're an attorney and you're representing, you can click on that. So if you were to, again, access your account, you can see, again, it says when you last signed in. You can generate a Social Security statement. And you could click on that hyperlink to download your statement as a PDF file. If you wanted to replace your Social Security card, you can click on the link here that says replace your Social Security card. Maybe you need a benefit verification letter, because a lot of people always need that, maybe once a month. You could click the benefit verification letter and it would generate that for you and allow you to print it out. Maybe you have pending application. On this screen, you can see this example. This person has started an application for Medicare online. And this is a reminder telling them that they have not yet submitted it, that's an application that they started on July 24th, 2020. So to complete and submit that application, they need to do to re-enter it and add their re-entry number. So if you have things pending, it'll show on your MySSA account. This helps you to manage your benefits and be in control of your benefits. So this is what would be right below that Medicare reminder. It's telling them again, hey, you started this application, you haven't finished it. You must submit your signed application by the dates below to avoid loss of benefit. It's reminding them that they have to do it by these certain dates. Otherwise, they're going to have to refile. So it's pretty cool. It actually tries to help keep you on a timeline if you haven't yet finished it. And if you go towards the bottom, eligibility and earnings topic, it'll show you how many credits you have. If you have your full 40 quarters to be entitled to benefit, it'll show you that. It'll also have an option for a link to view your full earnings record. And remember, because this is your MySSA account, it's going to interface with your record. So it's your information. So these are accurate. This is what our records show. Just like if you get estimates, just like you see on this screen, planning for retirement, they're showing the estimate of $1,218 per month when you file. It also says here that you have reached the maximum benefit age. So that's letting them know, hey, you're full retirement age now. Your benefit will no longer increase by waiting. This is what you're entitled to. So really, this person is probably already 70 years old. So here's another sample of how the screen would look. So it depends on your journey with SSA. Are you already on benefits? Have you not yet gotten benefits? You're pending an application. Are you getting SSI or disability, or are you getting retirement? So these different factors will allow for your homepage when you sign into your account to look a little bit different. Okay, if you're a concurrent beneficiary, if you're not in pay, if you're in pay. But this, I wanted you guys to see the format so that you could understand all of the different options, all of the different tools and resources that can be found within the My Social Security account. Again, this sample of Bonnie can view her Social Security statement. She can get a benefit letter. She can replace her 1099. Okay, she can replace her Social Security card. Those are the 4 tiles available right on top. So those are our most utilized services. Those are the things that people walk into the office for all the time, are those 4 things. Scrolling down, Bonnie can see her benefits and her payments. She can see her total amount before deduction, and then she can scroll down and see when her next payment is expected, how she's getting her benefit, that she's getting it on the 3rd Wednesday of the month. It says active, meaning they're actively getting benefits. They're not suspended. This is another example. This example I chose to share because it's an individual that's getting both Social Security, survivor benefits, and SSI. So they're getting 2 benefits from Social Security. So you can see 2 tiles showing that same information. How much the benefit amount is, when the payment date is, how they receive their benefit, when their next check is coming. So the top number shows the gross amount. If there's any deductions, it'll show there for you. It allows you to view your payment history. There's a lot of information available once you create your MySSA account. If you're reporting your wages through your MySSA account, sorry about that, you can choose the employer. Maybe you've had the same employer, so I would click Red Robin and add my wages for that next month. Or maybe I had multiple employers that I've added. I would click whichever employer for the wages I want to add, and then I would be able to go into that field and add the wages for that specific employer. So if your employer isn't listed and you need to report wages for that employer, or you need to add that, just have to contact us so we can get that added there. If you want to update your contact information, it'll show you. So for this same example, this person, remember, they get 2 benefits, so disability and survivor benefits. It's showing you the address and the phone number. It allows you to update your mailing address, update your phone number, and it's reminding you that if you update it, it's going to be the same for both the benefits. So if you don't want it that way, you'd have to contact us. So that's why there's a reminder kind of alert on the bottom. So if you haven't already created your MySSA account, I really encourage you to do so. If you have family members or friends, I would have you encourage them to make their account as well. Again, through your MySSA account, if you're already getting benefits or have Medicare, you can opt out of mailed notices. You can request various replacement cards. You can submit requests for changing your address, your phone number. If you want to look at your earnings record, right? If you want to get a replacement Medicare card because you can't find it. Maybe you're not yet getting benefits. So you're thinking, well, I don't need the account yet. I'm not getting benefits. Well, if you want to view your estimates, if you want to review your earnings record, a lot of us started working, at younger ages, 16, 17. If you want to see and make sure that all of your earnings are on your earnings record and accounted for, this is how you do it. You don't have to go into a lobby and get a number, get an appointment to review your earnings record. You can review it from the comfort of your own device. Maybe you're not sure if you're entitled to spouse's benefits or survivor benefits, maybe a divorced spouse benefit. These are tools that are available through the My SSA account, various calculators. Maybe you need to do a replacement card or get a letter showing that you're not getting benefits. Or maybe you have a pending application or a pending appeal. You can check the status from your My SSA account. So this slide is just reiterating what I said about getting estimates, about your benefits. And these are the different calculators that are available. There's the life expectancy calculator. There is the benefit for spouses, the retirement calculator. Maybe you're not sure when your full retirement age is. You can get that information as well. If you want to get a Social Security statement, long ago, and I might be dating myself, we used to get your Social Security statement in the mail. It would be mailed to you every year. It was several pages long, a white and green pamphlet. And for those of you that have been around that long, you'll notice that you stopped getting them in the mail. Trying to save taxpayers' money, we're not sending that tool out anymore, but it was a very educational tool. It helped introduce some of us who had no idea about Social Security to what these benefits are. And number one, the statement has been redesigned. Number two, it's no longer mailed out. So if you want to generate it and view it, you can do that through your My SSA account. They are no longer mailed unless you're over 60 and do not have a My SSA account. You can also request a statement be mailed to you through the 800 number, or if you visit a local office. However, but again, you can do it through your own My SSA account. And it's a one-page now, front and back. It shows you your earnings record. It shows you a benefit estimate for retirement, for disability, for survivors that would collect from your record. Okay, it gives you an estimate for them different ages, all the way from 62 to 70 years old. So if you were on our website, you could click Social Security Statement, and it would give you a screen like this that explains the Social Security Statement and gives you more information about it. Allows you to sign into your account so that you could generate that statement. It allows you to create an account so that you could generate that statement. It also gives you a sample so you can see what it looks like. You can also get other fact sheets. Maybe you don't want to see your statement yet, and maybe you're not ready for it, or maybe you're just looking for additional information. We have different fact sheets available that apply to other age groups, ages 18 to 48, 49 to 60, and 60 and above. We also have other fact sheets for people who are working and not yet fully insured, maybe for workers with an intermittent work history, people with limited earnings. We have fact sheets about Medicare. So there's other different information that you can pull. It's so variant and it's so helpful for people that are really trying to plan and manage their benefits. This is an example for one of the fact sheets for workers ages 49 to 60. It gives you more information. Some of the questions that you would want to ask someone, a lot of them are here, and it gives you that information without having to wait. Now we're going to transition slightly and talk about appeals. We want to highlight today that you can file an appeal online. So appealing a decision we made, meaning you disagree with a decision that Social Security made. These decisions can be medical decisions. Maybe you were found to be not disabled, or maybe you've been on benefits for a while and you had a medical review and you were found to not be disabled any longer. Or maybe it's a non-medical decision that you disagree with. Maybe there's information about your bank account having a certain amount of money and that's incorrect and you disagree with that because that reduced your benefit. So there's non-medical and medical decisions. And if you disagree with one that Social Security bestowed, then there is a way to appeal it, and you can do this online. So if you were to go to our homepage again, in the column after you apply, you could click on Appeal a Decision We Made. It's right underneath Check Application Status. So if I were to click on Appeal a Decision, it would bring me to this screen. Appeal a Decision We Made. It's asking you, which type of appeal are you trying to do? Because there's 4 levels of appeal. The first level is a reconsideration. So maybe that's the one I'm going to pick. I would click on reconsideration and I would be prompted with another screen to start the request. And once I click that, I'm going to go into a bunch of questions. Why do you disagree with the decision? And if it is medical, it'll ask you for more medical information. It tells you that the deadline for an appeal is within 60 days from your decision notice. So if you were to click that, start that request, you would go right into the appeal process. You would get the questions that would be on the paper forms, but you could do it online. Now, these are some tips for navigating the iAppeal or internet appeal. It's reminding you to use the next button, not the enter key, to move forward. It also reminds you to move backwards to use the previous button at the bottom page. Don't use your back button on your browser. Maybe you're finished for the day, you don't have the time or the energy to finish the process, or maybe you got a question in there that you have to go look up. So to exit an incomplete iAppeal, you're going to use the sign off or finish later button at the bottom left of the page, and then you're going to get a reentry number. So that reentry number, you're going to need it. You're going to need it to go back into your application to pick up where you left off. You do not simply want to just close your browser or hit the X on the top right, and nothing will be saved. Okay, summary pages have edit buttons, so you can use them to change or modify your answers. These are tips for completing the iAppeal, saving and printing tips, and time limit tips, time limit tips. So just reminding you that there is a timeout if you're stuck on a page, or you get up, you make a snack, and you just kind of leave it idle, it will time out. You can request to extend the time on your page. After the 3rd warning, you must move to another page or your time will run out, and the information you entered on only that page will be lost. The stuff prior to that will be saved. So just keep in mind that if you do want to maybe stop or take a break, you can just exit and re-enter. This would be one of the screens that you would get when you click that you want to start the appeal. It's a getting ready page, kind of like a welcome page, just with some tips to know before you begin. And then you have the option to start the appeal or return to a saved appeal. Remember, you need that re-entry number. You're going to have to put that re-entry number into the sign-on page and add your Social Security number. Okay, this is going to pull the work you've already done, the information you've already completed. So this is just an example of the page you would get if you were going to exit a non-complete appeal. You would get a big pop-up showing you the re-entry number. You could print that page, you could take a picture of it, you could save it. And then it wants you to confirm your email address. And then on the bottom, you would click Save and Exit. And this is just to show you what it looks like if you're doing an appeal or completing an application online. These are what the fields look like, just so you can get an idea. It's just a white and gray, it has all the questions, name, address, phone number, and you just go to the next field. And you can see at the bottom of the page, there's next. And there's previous, just like as was mentioned in the tips. You don't want to use your browser functions. You want to use the functions that are within the application. Next, to go to the next screen. Previous, to go back a screen. Save it if you want to stop and finish it later. Now, the I-Appeal is available for certain hours. You can see them here, Monday through Friday, 4:15 a.m. to 1 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, you can see at different times, 5 a.m. to 11 p.m., 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Not sure who makes up the time. And these are Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, you've probably seen a lot of information on the news about appointments and how to get help from Social Security, about providing IDs and proofs. And so I do want to touch on that a bit before I let you go. Okay, so moving forward, we are wanting everyone to make an appointment. This is the best way to ensure a shorter wait, get the best service. We're moving to a more appointment-based model, similar, to the DMV. However, we're not going to not let you in. You could still come into the office, and we'll make the appointment for you. But most things can be done online. We're limited in the type of actions that we would be able to do without an appointment. You can make an appointment by calling our 800 number, or you could make an appointment by visiting an office. At this moment, there is no way to make an appointment online except for the Social Security cards appointments that I mentioned earlier. When you do visit an office, or if you have to go visit an office, there is a mobile check-in feature. This allows you to scan the QR code to check in, and now you can wait outside if you like, wait in your car. You would get a text message letting you know your number is going to be coming up next. We also have our ADA compliant kiosks that you can check in on as well. I do want to highlight the social media platforms that we were on. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram. For the latest updates and news articles, you can find those on our social media platforms. We're also on LinkedIn for job opportunities. We're not hiring right now, but moving forward in the future. And then YouTube. We are on YouTube. And as you guys have seen a few of our YouTube videos, they're very helpful. They're very informative. And our handle for all of these platforms is @Social Security. We're going to move into the Q&A session.
Okay, so we have a question about, I set up an account for my son and I'm the payee and do not have an account, but I cannot report wages for my son on his account. Any comment about this situation? I heard that I may have to set up an account of my own to report his wages.
Yes, that is correct. So keeping in mind that, ideally we want to make, you can help someone make an account, but they have to make an account for themselves. If you are the payee for your son, then making your own MySSA account, you'll be able to have an option. I think similar to the slide I showed earlier, where there's an option for you to do your business through your MySSA account or do business for someone you're a payee for. So you would log into your account and then you would be able to get the option for representative payee. And then you would be able to go through that pathway to add the wages for your son or any person that you're a payee for.
I just want to say thanks so much for taking the time to be with us, Grace, and showcasing all the great online tools. We just really appreciate you, walking us through what is available. And it sounds like there will be more coming down the road to really help people to efficiently manage their benefits.
Thank you, everyone, for all of the Q&A that are coming in. I know Grace shared a lot of very important information, and I was only able to listen to some of it because I've been focusing on your questions. But there has been a lot coming through the Q&A regarding the EIN, that employer identification number. Very important, and it needs to be, I just wanted to again reiterate the fact that without having that EIN linked with your MySSA account, you will not be able to report those wages online. So make that call to SSA, make sure that EIN is linked to your account so that you can then go ahead and report those wages via your My SSA account.
Awesome, great point, Tina.